Hi guys, and welcome to another video. And as you can probably tell by the thumbnail, by the title, the rumour mill is still swinging around in full effect. There's still a lot of drama going on, there's a lot of rumours going on, but ultimately Sunderland still do not have a head coach. But I'm still committed to trying to keep you guys up to date as quickly as humanly possible, as I can anyway. But yeah, there's quite a lot that has gone on over the last sort of 24 hours and over the last hour or so as well. Little bits here and there from different outlets on social media. So I'm going to try and get through everything as sort of to the point as possible and try and keep it as simple and as streamlined as possible, not try and sort of over dilute things. But before we do get into it, thank you again. I keep on saying it every video now. Thank you again for so much support on the recent videos. I do really enjoy giving you guys updates and making these videos for you. Again, it's always so interesting to read all the comments. The amount of likes that you guys have been hitting on the video recently has been absolutely fantastic, and there's been a huge batch of new subscribers as well. So again, if you're not yet subscribed but you watch regularly, please do hit the subscribe button. It really does help a lot and keeps me motivated to keep bringing these videos to you. But let's get into the video. So first and foremost, yesterday being Sunday, it was the 9th of June. I was at work, so I couldn't make a video yesterday. Apologies for that. But the news was going around that Pascal Jansen, who was the man that we thought was the favourite to go in charge, of course, the most recent video, the most recent update we had prior to today, it looked like it was a two-horse race between Pascal Jansen and Liam Rosenior. Now, yesterday it was confirmed by several different outlets, or at least we were led to believe that Pascal Jansen was officially out of the running after talks with the club. So that made us think, okay, it's definitely going to be Liam Rosenior at this point. Now, as of this morning, we have had confirmation that Will Still has gone to RC Lens in France. So I'm kind of glad that that is done, that is dusted. We're not talking about Will Still anymore. You know, if you asked me a couple of months ago if I wanted Will Still, I would have said yes. But I think, as I keep on mentioning, it was overdrawn out. Probably both parties involved for different reasons, maybe. And a lot of it is just guesswork, so I can't give too much shit to one party or the other because I don't fully know the ins and outs. Neither does anyone else, if we're going to be completely honest. We can only go off what we've seen and what we've read. We don't know whether that's because Will Still wanted to bring certain backroom staff, and we're sticking with Dodds and Proctor in that. We don't know if that's the case. We don't know if it's financial gains, losses, whatever it is. We don't know if it's they just don't want to work under Speakman and his processes and the way he works. We do not know. But what we do know is officially Will Still has gone to another club, so he absolutely will not be the next Sunderland head coach. Now, again, over the last sort of 24 hours or so, that's led us to believe that if Pascal Jansen isn't the man we're going to go with, which I won't lie, I'm a little bit gutted about, between Rosenior and Pascal Jansen was the more exciting name for me. But again, as I've mentioned in the previous couple of videos, I'm not totally against the idea of Liam Rosenior being in charge of Sunderland and being head coach anyway. I do think he will have a lot to offer. You know, I know that a lot of people just see it as he's the sort of, it's almost like the sloppy seconds of Hull City, because obviously he got sacked from there. But, you know, when he took over there, they were in the relegation zone, I believe, got them to mid-table, got them playing some attractive football. Now, last season, don't get me wrong, they really pushed the boat out in terms of financial, the transfers, bringing players in, big players on loan. And I said, you know, it was a bit of a disgrace and a bit of a shambles that they didn't get into the top six when you look at teams on paper, but it's not always about the players you get, and that's something that we need to find the balance of. And I know that there's some portions of the fans, some sections of the fans want us to just throw money at the playing squad and hopefully that'll fix everything, make everything hunky-dory, when we know that that isn't the case. We've seen many times before when teams have just thrown money at it, thrown the kitchen sink at it, and it just doesn't work. And for Hull, sadly for them, it didn't, and he just about missed out on the playoffs, but they did have an incredibly strong squad. So I can understand why some section of the fans are thinking, right, he had this brilliant squad at Hull and couldn't get them in the playoffs. I can understand that point of view. However, I do like the brand of football that he does try to get his teams to play. So even before, you know, even a few weeks ago when he was first sacked, Liam Rosenior, I wasn't against it. I know that a lot of fans don't like him and that's their opinion, or they might think it's an underwhelming signing or appointment. If it is to be Rosenior anyway, again, rumour mill changes every fucking day at this point, doesn't it? But Rosenior, I wouldn't be against whatsoever. But a little bit more information that has come out in the last hour or so is apparently Liam Rosenior was interviewed last Tuesday, or at least they had advanced talks last Tuesday. And we believe that might have been, or at least we're taking the guess and we're taking the hint that that's probably why KLD decided to release that statement last Friday, probably on the back of those talks, because they probably thought, right, okay, it's coming to a conclusion now, it's coming to an end, but we still haven't heard anything as of yet. So we never know, we could hear something next couple of days, which I hope to God we do, because I'm tired of the rumour mill. It can get exciting when it's new players and that, but when it's just the same managers and we think we're going one way, then we think we're going another, I just want to get it sorted. I don't give a shit who it is at this point. Obviously I do, but at this point I just want someone to be hired and appointed so we can get over it. Some fans are going to throw a hissy fit, they can have their hissy fit, and then we can get over that hurdle, and then people are happy, they're happy, and then people in between, everyone can move in the same direction again and get behind whoever it is going to be, and then we can just crack on with our season. But also what has been stated by a certain source online who sometimes gets things right, sometimes gets things wrong. But we are led to believe via this certain source that apparently one of the key reasons, or one of the main reasons that it has been dragged out so much, and this is just adding fuel to the fire for me, so I take this with a pinch of salt. However, it has been stated that one of the reasons it has been dragged out so much is because many managers aren't keen on the idea of working under Christian Speakman. Now again, I don't know whether that's just adding fuel to the fire. I don't know whether there's certain people that just like to throw a bomb out there and just like to watch the world burn and watch all the fans, lose their mind over it. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely going to be some managers, some coaches that have been interviewed that aren't going to like the process, aren't going to like the system that we work. And on paper, I don't mind the system we are trying to play, but it needs to be tweaked. I'm going to say system, I don't mean footballing system, not on even just the playing side itself. I don't mind the thought process behind bringing in youthful prospects and trying to nurture them. And then, of course, eventually, you're going to get teams, bigger clubs that want to buy players off us. And this is what confuses me sometimes. I can see some fans or certain sections, a minority, losing their shit over us maybe losing players for 25, 30 odd million. And it's like, over the years, almost the entire time of me supporting Sunderland for, nearly 30 years, I've seen so many players that we have bought and thrown money at, and then we sell them for 5% of what we paid for them because it hasn't worked out. This is the one positive. We have nurtured players into actually being a viable selling aspect, which you don't want to be. It's not nice to just be the selling club, but at the moment, that is a good. It's a good way to look at it in a business aspect of it. It isn't a terrible structure, but it does need to be tweaked, is my point. I don't mind the thought process behind it, but it does need to be tweaked. We can't just bring in, like I keep on saying and repeating myself, we can't keep on bringing in players that are going to be ready in 3 or 4 years and expect the club or the team on the playing side of things to piss the championship or go for the playoffs. We can't do that with a load of players that have a bit of potential that might be okay next season or the season after. It's all well and good doing a little bit of that and sprinkling that, but we do need a handful of players that have the experience and are ready to go now. Because if KLD or Speakman came out to us and said, right, okay, we're going for mid-table, we need to solidify, we need to stabilise for the next season or two, and then we got a few players that did have a bit of potential, then I'd be a little bit more forgiving, I'd be a little bit more understandable. But last season, he pretty much alluded to the fact, and he did kind of essentially state that we're going for the playoffs, maybe even higher. And then we brought in a load of players, 17, 18 years of age. Some of them looked half decent, a lot of them didn't, and they were no way near up to scratch, up to the quality that is desired and needed to get to those levels that he wants us to get to. So you can't just say one thing and then back it up in a totally wrong manner, if that makes sense. But I'm rambling here. But essentially, it looks like it could be, or it is going to be Liam Rosenior. However, there has also been rumours, and again, it's all rumours, and I'm sure you're all fucking sick of it because I am as well. The QPR manager, the QPR coach, there's big rumours as well that we have been interested in him. However, it looks like, again, according to rumours, it's going to take 6 figures to get him away, which, if we have a look at history with the hierarchy at the moment, we're not going to pay that. And if we did, I'd be very surprised. And even then, I'd probably still prefer Liam Rosenior. So, I don't know. But that is everything as of right now, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Are you just fed up of it now? Because I am. I'm truly fed up of it. I just want them to make a decision so everyone can decide how they want to react, and then we'll crack on and hopefully have a good pre-season and have a good transfer window and hopefully start the season on the best foot possible, because the longer we drag it out, we're going to be starting off on the back foot, which is something I'm just sick of us fucking doing every season. But either way, if you've enjoyed, hit the like button for me. It'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new, but take care. Stay jammy.